Hello, this is Notaspringchick, and we're kicking the tires when it comes to buying and selling a house. But first, well, we're going to be talking about the internet and buying on the internet. But first, I want to show you just a couple of things. This is in the local LA Times today, and this shows you new homes. Now, this kind of shows you the status of the economy. It says, "Don't miss the rock the boat at Seabridge, May 17th." This is up in Channel Islands, up by, I think, Ventura. Yeah, it's up by Port Meridian and Port Marluna, which is about 45 minutes, an hour outside of Los Angeles. But if you bring in this, or if you bring in an ad, you get $100,000 off of a home. $100,000. Looks like condos to me, and townhomes and things like that. So you can only imagine how much they are. And also, this shows you the status too. Here's an auction in Palmdale, Lancaster. Minimum selling price is from $125,000. Previously up to $605,000. Now here's the tricky part. It may be an hour outside of LA when there's no traffic, but when there is traffic, it's an entirely different story. So check that commute time before you go and buy. So next, I'm going to go on how to buy a house. I'm using the internet to help you. I wanted to bring this up. This was from U.S. News and World Report, and it's 6 Secrets of Internet Home Buying, and we're just going to go and expand on it. It was by Luke Mullins. And it's talking about, we're in one of the worst housing slums, but houses go up, houses go down, just like interest rates. But here's some information that can help you buy your house and utilizing the internet as a source. One of the first things they say is know when to say when. What? And it's basically just know, as you probably do if you've been looking on the internet, that there's plenty of ways to waste time while you're playing on the internet or looking, because it's almost like when you first get a computer, you kind of go in that black hole and then you forget what time it is.
Right.
Yeah, so some people, I know I have TV on in the background with me, and sometimes you're listening to it, and sometimes you just know that if all the shows are half an hour, when it changes shows, another half hour has gone by. So one of the things is know exactly what you can afford. We talked about the pre-approval, getting credit and things like that, but really know what kind of house you can afford, especially if you're going through traditional means of buying a house, like getting a home improved, or if you're looking at a for sale by owner, where you're picking up a house and you're looking at how much you can afford by the month or how much of a down you're going to pay. So that's a really good starting point.
Oh, and another point to think about is a lot of places will give you a square footage cost on the house and property. At sometimes, actually a lot of times now, the square footage price on an older home is exactly the same price on a brand new home. So
oh, see, you didn't even think about that. They talk about location, 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 but you got to check those fine prints.
right.
Yep, and do your calculations. I know if this seems a little bit overwhelming, you can always go check your real estate agent, but being a little bit more prepared with some research can get you, well,
And remember, if you're going,
save you a lot of money.
yeah, if you're going to fill out one of these forms like Yahoo has, what price range you're looking at, how many bedrooms, how many baths, always put in a low figure besides the maximum figure, because what we have found is if you don't you leave the low figure blank, it will put in a price per month on the house of what it would cost if you purchased it instead of the actual purchase price of the home.
Ah.
So if you see a house that says $6,000, $2 a square foot, that's because you didn't fill in the low end and it's giving you a monthly charge.
Yeah, that's not $6,000 for the house. That's $6,000 a month, probably.
That's if you bought it and had it financed, it's $6,000 a month.
Oh, they get kind of tricky on that, because you got to check those parameters, because otherwise you can spend a lot of time going through a bunch of houses that really don't fit your parameters. And here it goes. Find the right tools. One of the ones they promote is Trulia, Trulia.com, which they call it the most complete national site. And they also recommend .homes.com and Zillow.com. One of the things to be aware of on those sites is a lot of times they deal with historical data. And when I say historical, that means they're talking about the houses that have sold already.
Yeah.
And so they're not taking into consideration current marketing conditions.
And Zillow, I did that last night, is a pain in the butt to work with because it doesn't give you parameters very easy. You have to go from one thing to another. It makes it very difficult for the average computer user to navigate around to find out what you want. I did know, for instance, there are over 8,000 homes in the Los Angeles area that you're looking for, you know, that are available for sale by owner. But the problem is you got to keep refining, and then after you've refined, you'll find out that homes that were listed on the market yesterday aren't on the market the next day, which is an impossibility because you don't sell thousands of homes overnight, which means there is a problem with their system. So I wouldn't use that one unless you have a lot of time and a lot of patience.
But remember, these are your two websites that you should probably use as your base.
And Yahoo Real Estate.
Oh, Yahoo Real Estate. The other ones have real estate sites too, don't
Google has it also. Multiple Listing Service has one.
Yeah, your two foundations for your website should be the MLS.com, which is Multiple Listing Services, and Realtor.com, because those are, well, let's just say you'll find most of your information there, and then go ahead and venture out on some of those other third-party ones. Okay, let's see. And it says, and put them in a belt. So find the right tools and put them in a belt. Know what works best for what you're doing and which sites you like. So bookmark them so that you can go right very often. Instead of relying on just one or two, make sure you got your whole tool belt arrangement for you to look at. And it also says, don't forget the indies. Remember we've been talking about for sale by owner? Yes, forsalebyowner.com. It's one of your other really good websites to look at. There's also a couple of other ones. Biggerpockets.com. Okay, I have to admit I haven't gone to that one, but they say it's a real estate networking and information site. There's also, okay, this is a favorite, Craigslist. Did you know they sell houses on Craigslist?
That's right, people. Craigslist is more for sale by owner operation, and okay, buyer beware with Craigslist because Craigslist has a lot of phony houses for sale.
They have phony houses?
That's right, houses, people putting things out that are not actually there to get you to come by or to give good information on you. So I would not pay attention to Craigslist, period.
Really?
That's right.
Oh man.
If their warning is out on it.
Okay, so be alert because, some online real estate resources now offer email alerts or RSS feeds that provide instant notification of places that may meet your criteria. So, you know, and then the other part of the internet is, it says, find a good blog. Real estate bloggers know in real time what is going on in the market. Like anything else on the internet, some blogs are better than others, so shop around. So blogs or other internet resources are a really good way to find information. But remember, each market is different, and the housing prices can change going across the street because of the address, the zip code, you know, or even the bar zip code.
No, yeah. An example. Yesterday we were looking for a tripod in a 2-block area. There was as much difference between houses in one area versus 2 blocks over.
Yep. So there's nothing like knowing the local market. So when it comes to buying and selling a house, this is Notaspringchick, and we're kicking the tires. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Postal rates go up, yes, on Monday. They only go up a penny. But if you have a lot to know, you may want to get it out. So check to see who's open during the weekend. And if you're forever stamp, if you have a forever stamp, you're safe because it's the same stamp forever, no matter what postal rates are.